Canada's right coast, Riverglade MX Park in Moncton. First MX2 Moto, Martinez out in front, then the whole shatter Moffenbauer takes over, but it's all about the two-stroke of Benoit. Wasn't feeling good. Bad piece of chicken. First Moto win. Moffenbauer triple crown. Benoit takes the lead. Oh, Savage is scuba diving. Medallia fastest man on the track. He gets second, but Benoit takes the clean sweeperoo as we head back into La Belle Province. Welcome to round 9 of the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. This week, Motocross Ulverton, just south of Drummondville, Quebec. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth as we get set for MX2 Racing, presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports parts and accessories. Fabulous. There they are, the MX2 pilots at the gate with their selections based on qualifying time. A nice lineup. This is a dynamic track with a huge start, so gate selection may not be the most important thing, but certainly you want to get on the inside.
Well, with this sandy uphill start, horsepower and clutch work will be the name of the game. To the series points after 8 of 10. Benoit, a stranglehold. Dakota's in there. Medallia and Sean Moffenbauer, followed by Blakey Savage.
Dylan Wright back after missing a weekend. The Brad Notted, Morgan Berger, Jess Pettis, love him at 9th. And Dustin Crescent's been a real surprise at 10th. Like seeing him up there. Riders now heading out onto parade. Of course, our first 5 in points went out to open up the opening ceremonies, and now the bulk of them come out. This is a pretty dynamic track, Fabs. We've talked about the elevation. Another sand track, but it's not sand like we've seen before. A lot of loam out there and a lot of rocks. But because of that elevation and the jumps, this could be one of the most dynamic tracks on the series.
You got that right, Travers. This place captures the true essence of motocross. The riders love this track. Big elevation, and here you're demonstrating some of the rocks. That Marin corner is the rockiest one on the track, and then the corner before the finish line. But these little rocks, when they're at race pace, the riders don't notice them so much unless they bounce off their knuckles or off their ribs or off their face. Oh my goodness! Racing after the break.
This is the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals, Ulverton, Quebec, and 2 lovely Rockstar girls coming out to meet Sir Paul. This first MX2 Moto will be brought to you by FXR Race Gear. That's the stuff we wear at the track, Brian, as does the Canada's Motorcycle MX101 team. Oh my goodness, Julia's got that 30 board up, and all eyes are on her as we head back to the line. Boys getting all fired up with those pre-race rituals. It's time to rock and roll.
I always love this shot just to see the guys kind of, you know, their last little rituals, like you say, adjusting the goggles and the straps on their chest protectors and this and that. And the gorgeous Julia goes to 5. Pronovo on the inside and Martinez right beside him. You can see the 105 of Dakota's guys creeping. Martinez gets fully yanked Quebec style up the hill. The top guys drop him, but he's on the inside, so maybe he can recover.
Big up and down sweeper, sand turn, and look who has the lead. The #1 Royal Distributing Fox Racing rider of Kevin Benoit with that Royal Distributing whole yeah.
Boy, do I like Jerry Medallia right in tow, though. Got a great start. Oh, and a nice fishtail for Jerry. He just gets some great traction, and there comes the Coates. This drop-off trap is a huge, steep jump, and then they go into another drop away into these gorgeous berms. What a racetrack.
Elevation changes are the name of the game as we head back to the number 20 of Dylan Wright. Here comes 762, that's Balake Savage. Right now, the Medallia looking good, and Dakota's right behind him. This is the battle for second place in the championship, so nice to see these 2 guys together.
Wow, right in the mix, and you can see that watering there. It is slick. So these riders really got to keep their wits about them. Dakota's has already yanked like 3 tear-offs, and they're only on about the 5th corner.
Down into the KTM Valley, you talked about the watering sections here, slick in some areas, dry in others. Down in this valley area, though, this is a fast part of the track and very rocky, Brian. You see all those little white specks in the dirt.
It's nice to see Nathan Bless back. It's his 2nd race, and he's got some game in behind Savage on that Redemption Racing 2-stroke KTM.
The battle right now is for second place. That's the GDR Honda of Jerry Medallia. Look at coming into this beautiful Zox corner up to the Rockstar finish line. Some options with the hipper, some bar bang, and look at these 2 guys going head to head. Medallia cuts him off. Let's go back on board with Savage for that gorgeous start.
Well, Savage doesn't get the greatest jump, but he can recover. And look at the 39 of Pettis with a great start. Awesome footage there of Benoit's whole shot. Jer Bear right in tow, and What I like here is the way Dylan Wright made moves quickly to get right up into that 4-5 package. And there he is, FXR rider Dylan Wright. And there's Blakey Savage, the great Jason Wygant down in the U.S. Motocross Series. Used to call Savage the Macho Man back in the amateur days. And I like that. Wygant's got that one figured out just nice.
You talked about Martinez getting hacked off in the start, but he's made a couple passes. Now he's going inside on Nathan Bless. Oh, I like the speed of Bless on the outside, carrying with that two-stroke. Remember, he's picking up from the departed Seth Rarick. Second round of racing back from that elbow injury. He's supposed to be racing the MX1 class this year.
Yeah, I know. Rarick is in MX1. Martinez on the inside. Nice move. Does he make the chasm? He does, but a great pass. And he just shoves Nathan way wide. And that is the fast line, is to carry that speed. And that is a real steep downhill. And the riders are basically landing at the bottom. I was down there in qualifying, and it is scary fast down in there.
Pettis in the mix. I also saw Moffenbauer back to our leader, the #1 of Kevin Benoit. Medallia keeping it close, and here comes Dakota through that little button hook. Love that part of the track.
These boys are not afraid to pin it off that drop away, and they drop a good 40, 50 feet. And there's a big hole down there, and you got to land on the other side of it. Great battling here near the front of the pack. That is Moffenbauer on the outside of Pettis over the Rockstar finish line. And good imagery from our lock-off as they dive down this really rough downhill. And the braking bumps, not so big now, but they are going to get bigger and bigger. And you can see Pronovo there dealing with the bigger bumps on the inside.
What I like about this track, Brian, is it's not a ruddy track. The lines aren't definitive. They're all over the place. You just have to find traction and bite in.
Yeah, good point. It gives the rider some room to move around and flow around and do those inside-outside cut-ins. So it's great. It's not like they're committed to a rut, so it really keeps everyone on their toes. Look at that horsepower. That four-stroke of Moffenbauer's Bondi engine just blew away the two-stroke going up that sand hill. So everyone talks about the two-stroke power advantages. I think they're closer than a lot of people think.
39 of Jess Pettis is right in the mix, and I also saw, as you said, the 29 of Pronovo back to the 762 of Blake Savage sitting in 5th. And here comes our leader. Two-stroke, roto-distributing KTM, red plate. That means he's leading the series. Benoit, he looks fantastic. Let's get back to that motorvan corner, to the big drop away. Oh my goodness, you have to have the stones in the 2-unders to take this one. Martinez on the inside, and here comes Little Muff, Rockstar Yamaha, maybe the fastest rider on the track, inside, ball busting, love it.
Wow, I don't know what happened to Martinez there. It almost looked like he dropped right off, had a bit of a problem. I was just going to say, really impressed with Martinez's bad start. He's really cruised up to the front, but it's Moffenbauer that has just been crushing these guys, working his way forward. But look at the 21, gorgeous.
He is gorgeous down in this back section, the lower valley of the track. Sometimes we're seeing a little bit more rock, a little bit more loam down here, and the 20 of Dylan Wright is on the pipe, catching up, making that a bit of a 4-pack.
See, Dylan Wright just kind of changes direction to get on the other side of those bumps. These bumps, you hit them, they are taxing every time you get that in the front wheel. It translates to the rider. The battle for 7th is getting hot. Moffa in that rut, you can see he has eaten a lot of roost out here so far.
I don't think I've ever seen Moffenbauer so fast point to point in a race, and he is just pulling it wide up that big hill. He loves this wide line, and he's got Brad Nadito taking care of business. Not on the inside. Does he have to come back, or no way? Moffenbauer carrying way more speed than anybody in these corners.
These berms are just set up for joy. It is awesome out here. Here is Wes Ronzina. That is the younger teammate of Jerry Medallia on that Gopher Dunes Honda team. And these guys are battling for 13th. And they are still playing hard, and that's Liam O'Farrell on that Orange Motorsports two-stroke Katoon.
And here comes Moffenbauer again, now working up on Savage. He's made over 6 to 7 passes in the last couple of laps. He is on a tear. He knows he belongs at the front of the pack, but Savage is going to be a tough guy to pass because he is all over the track.
The Devil's Lake MX rider, the Macho Man, Blake Savage. They sure got a winner there. I like the outside for Moff. Look at him go out. He eats some roost, and look at these guys. Skyline, do you see how far Savage jumped there? Savage knows he's coming, and he is trying to find another gear to break free.
Moffenbauer got totally sauced in that corner, taking the high line, too. Our third place rider, that's the 105 of Jimmy Dakotas. His teammate, a scant 2 or 3 seconds back. Dakotas and Wright look spectacular in that FXR gear today, Fabs.
Yeah, they sure do, and that gear fits so nice. I love wearing it. It's just been great. I've been using it all year, and fitting and working real good, but the battle is still raging. Savage able to hold off the 14 of Moffenbauer in that Rockstar Yamaha. This is fifth place, and it's getting to, I think Savage chopped the throttle because of that lapper on the inside, and around the outside, Moffenbauer takes it.
Oh, he was pushing Moffenbauer right. Oh, no, we've got the number 10 of Nathan Blessis off the track. It looks like he went off there in that little step down, Brian, out of the button hook. That's a tough place to pass. Jason Burke pushing his bike off the track.
Yeah, he's up, but definitely not joining this package. White flag is out, so Benoit in control pretty much from start to finish, and boy, does he ever look dynamite, having fun for the crowd. He's still a ways from the finish line, but I love this part of the track. You're turning, and then you jump, and he's taking it easy because he's only got a turn or two, but in race conditions, man, those guys are landing halfway, 3/4 of the way down that hill. Kevin Benoit takes the first moto here, Trav's hometown crowd. This guy is on a roll.
Looking to clinch today. That's the key, Brian. He has a good moto day. He will clinch the championship unofficial today. Let's get to our Yamaha leaderboard. First MX2 moto. Benoit, Medaglia, Decotes, and right there's your top four. Moffenbauer all the way back to 5th. Cole Martinez in 8th. Pettis in 9th, and Morgan Berger in 10th. Fabs, you're in the impound with the coins.
Yeah, I really need a moto win from me and my entire team. You know, we work really hard, and I'm just not happy with third anymore. That's not where I want to be, and I know where I can be and where I should be, and I just gotta mentally get out there and hit my lines and ride like I do in practice, because I have awesome weeks and then I struggle on the weekend. So just gotta get that race pace going and get my confidence back up and get back up there with these guys.
Dynamite first moto for our series points leader, Kevin Benoit. He's getting closer to the championship. Nice work, J-Rome. This is Motocross Ulverton, just south of the lovely town of Drummondville, Quebec, to the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals, and the lovely Rockstar L bringing that 30 board out. This second MX2 moto will be brought to you by Couche-Tard. That's where Brian Costner and I go when we're in Quebec to get all of our pre-race goodies: jug milk, ice cold Rockstar, adult beverages, MX2 riders on the line, Babs.
A libation or two could be in order at the end of this day, and the lovely L with the 32nd board is up. All boys on the line, mechanics making their way to the mechanics area. Moto number 2. This is where it all comes down for the overalls, and L goes 5.
Sir Paul Kingsley overseeing from his perch. Riders waiting for that 5 to go sideways, and there it goes, focusing down on the gate. A lot of water dropped onto this sand straight, Brian. Huge uphill into the right-hander. Who's gonna get that road distributing? Oh, yeah.
Man, I see the 134. Martinez gets tugged off the start again. So getting a terrible jump, but look at this, Jeremy Medaglia with that Royal distributing hole shot.
Medaglia was unbelievably fast in the first moto, kept Benoit at pace for the whole moto. Looks like the number 620 of Brad Nada got a great start as well. And here comes Benoit in 4th, and Moffenbauer, super fast first moto, 3rd place right now. Look at the elevation changes here, Brian. That's why I love this track.
Yeah, nice to see it from the side. This place is just something special. And now Medaglia out front, but it's the 14, Moffenbauer, finally with a good start. Let's see what he's got. Love to see the head-to-head battle between the 21 and the 14, boy. These two are on point together.
Benoit quickly up into 3rd place as he goes wide on the 620 of Brad Nada. Here comes the 20 of Dylan Wright as well. So Wright with another great start. I didn't see Dakotas in this mix. I think I saw Pettis as well, and the 762 of Savage. So some of our usual players clustering up here at the front.
Boy, the FXR rider Wright made some quick moves there, and you could see Benoit really taking those 2-stroke lines down in the Marin corner, sweeping wide and carrying momentum. The 4-strokes more able to kind of point and shoot and get on the gas, where Benoit really has to flow around. Now we're on board with the 39 of Jess Pettis on that Vernon Motorsports Yamaha, and he just gets tugged bad too off the start.
He got totally hacked and bottled up, but a clean wide start. And here's the whole shot from Medaglia. Carrying, Brian, carrying. Yes, he does. What a sweetheart.
And not a great start. And of course, Blake Savage, the Devil's Lake rider, Morgan Berger in there as well. And I could just watch this whole race in slow-mo. This place is candy.
Look at the bottom of this ultra rough downhill, super sandy. We talked about the fact that the lines aren't ultra developed with ruts. You can see how there's just focus everywhere on the track.
Right, they're not ultra developed with ruts, but they're ultra developed with whoops and braking bumps. And that hill is super steep. And look at the speed of Wright coming down. He is on a mission.
Unbelievable, sitting in 4th place. Remember, he didn't race last weekend, Brian, at round 8 because he had a concussion from a practice crash. So great to see him up in the mix. He's one of the most dynamic Canadian riders, young, talented. But let's talk about Canada. 3-4 riders in the top 4.
Yeah, this is amazing right now. We got to get a handle on where the coitus is, but look at the speed of Benoit. I think he's going to try and get on the inside. A little Muff. No, Muff knows he's coming and shuts the door.
Wow, unbelievable speed with this elevation, Brian. There's a lot of speed carrying down these hills, but then slowing down, especially into this FXR button hook. Lots of dynamic areas. Look at the spectators. When you're in Quebec, anything goes.
I love it out here, and these drop-aways in these berms just set the racing up perfectly. So we got our 3 riders now starting to check out on the field, and I love the fact that Jerry Medaglia has got that clean air, and the track is actually not overwatered this time, so it's pretty great for all these guys.
You talked about Moffenbauer going to the Bobby Canary School of Hair Design, but he also goes to the Bobby Canary School of Toughness.
Yeah.
Does not use the handguards, does not wear a chest protector. He's as tough as they come.
Yeah, they figure that if they're getting hurt with the roots, it's going to give them more incentive to pass. So these guys are definitely on another level.
Flat out mean. And look at Benoit. Right now, he does not have to make any passes if he wants to secure the championship. 3rd place is good, but that's not how he races. He races to win.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, he just has to bring it home to get the championship. Both riders kind of wheeling up this back section, turning up the face, and Moff's going to let her drift and staying a little lower and closer to the ground here. And we saw Moffenbauer get some great drive off that outside line, but wow! Well, Benoit almost lands right on Moff's back there.
To the Rockstar lock-off cam, that little gully before they drop back down, Brian. This could be the type of track where the pundits would say the 2-stroke would be king. 4-stroke's hanging tough right now.
Yeah, definitely. These braking bumps getting more gnarly every time. But there it goes. Nice drive for Benoit from the inside. Misses a few bumps, and just love the way that hipper at the top drops them down that big steep hill. And look at the roost coming out of Benoit, man. He is just killing these berms, and Dylan Wright slowly inching towards his package.
Benoit's technique is impeccable because on the uphill, you don't want to upshift on that 2-stroke. You want to be wide open, and you saw him flow to the side. Just perfect.
Yeah, that thing's so steep that I think if you grabbed a gear there, it would bog a bit. So Benoit gets 2nd place, and now he's going to get to work on Jeremy on that Gopher Dunes, a Troy Lee Honda.
Here comes Moffenbauer, fabulous on the outside to inside. Does he have Benoit into the FXR corner? No, he doesn't, but a nice attack on the comebacker.
He's got Benoit thinking for sure, and he did exactly to Moffenbauer what Moff did to Benoit. And when you're on that inside, you can really control the turn.
Look at Benoit using all the track, Brian, carrying speed on the wide side of this gorgeous uphill, side to side, through that little drift hipper. Benoit's on the outside right now. Medaglia pushing him wide, absolutely gorgeous. Look at that little cutter for the #1 at Kevin Benoit, and another one.
Wow, they both clear the chasm, and Benoit now on the inside, a perfect illustration of the inside can really control the whole corner. Jeremy did it to Kevin, and then right away, Kevin did it to Jeremy, and now he's out front again.
But I think it also shows that there isn't necessarily one fast line on there, especially with the defense. Here it is again, detail it.
Yeah, the hot line is where Jeremy's going. You get right out on the edge of the track, and you drop down there. That's way steeper than it looks, and then you can kind of hook that outside. But again, Cavan got up on the inside and could force the outside rider to go wherever you want. So a nice move there, and these riders have a lot of race craft in their bag of tricks.
No question about it. Braking, acceleration, and especially at Benoit, he's firing that cutter in there 24/7.
There is a lot going on in the sport of motocross for these riders. Everything is heightened, and here it comes. The 21 is pressuring the #1. Benoit, 6th overall wins out of a possible 8. So he has been the dominant rider, but Jeremy right now, he really wants to get in there and get a win for him and his team and just get that Benoit monkey off his back.
A classic 2-stroke, 4-stroke battle between 2 of the best pilots in this class. Looks like Medaglia on the inside as they drop into that Rockstar corner. Look at him force Benoit wide. That's the comebacker, Brian. Medaglia's in the lead.
Yeah, he could have parked him there, and he did.
Wow.
Then he got back on the gas as they climb up. I love this little single booter there, that little hipper. The guys want to really scrub and stay low, and like we said earlier, a lot of these jumps are while turning, so it adds a real dynamic aspect for the riders.
That's the place where Benoit passed Medaglia earlier. You see his defense? He used that inside line.
Yeah.
Smart. He's got good eyes. Here it is again, Brian.
Yeah, he had to learn that. He did not want that to happen again. So here on the inside, fully controlling the turn. Right now, he knows where Ben was. He can slow. He just slows down there. So Benoit has to chop the throttle. And then they go up this big climb. And as they get to the chasm, it was all over for Benoit.
To our leader, the number 21, Jerry Medallia, got past, made the pass back. Benoit is still close, and Moffenbauer is close in third as well.
What?
Oh, Moffenbauer goes down to the FXR corner, and here comes the number 20 of Dylan Wright. That's fourth spot for Moffenbauer, third spot for Dylan Wright. Oh, that's a tough break.
That is a gift for Wright and the Canada's Motorcycle FXR team. The Rockstar Yamaha boys will be scratching their heads. There's Blake Macho Man Savage sitting sixth. Yeah, oh yeah.
To the number 21 of Jerry Medallia, still cutting this track to shreds in the lead, getting his last lap flag, Brian. Boy, this will be a big win for him, even though right now with Benoit sitting in second, he's going to clinch the championship. Still want to get wins, you still want to get overalls. Here is a big hot battle coming through that Zox corner into the Moto Van Valley. Right now, this is the 22 of Liam O'Farrell and the 9 of Morgan Berger banging bars for 8th place, Fabs.
Well, Berger is on that strict racing Mountains Edge Cycle Yamaha, and these two guys have been duking it out all moto, but Jerry Medallia is the star of this race right now, cleanly getting ahead and busting Benoit's chops.
Oh, look at O'Farrell on that downhill, gets inside the number 9 of Morgan Berger to actually get 8th place, so a nice pass for him. But these angles just show the elevation and how steep those hills are and how far they actually have to climb up to get to the top.
Man, you know what? You can barely walk up that hill, and oh boy, Jer, poetry in motion. The Gopher Dunes team has got to be stoked. Those twin Yasha-Mura pipes are singing the victory song for the second time this year. Medallia wins it in style, and boy, did he earn it out there.
He did, Brian, and that's going to give him the overall for the day.
Welcome back to the Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals presented by Motovan. Kevin Benoit unofficially takes the championship and does a victory lap for the fans to the Yamaha leaderboard. Great ride by Jeremy. But how about Dakotas not being able to catch right? Savage Martinez with a great moto. O'Farrell, Berger, Noddet, and Pettis rounds out the top 10. Take it away, T-Baggage.
Jeremy, you were absolutely outstanding. Wide lines, fast pace, excellent defense and offense. I loved it.
Yeah, it was a good race. I finally got a whole shot, and Kevin tried to get by me. He actually made the pass, and then I knew if it was going to happen, I had to make it happen again quick. So I pushed and got close to him, made the pass, and put my head down.
The number 20 of Dylan Wright, third place, second MX2 Moto here in Ulverton. Dylan, you've had the speed all day. We missed you last week, but you came back strong today, looking good.
Yeah, last weekend I took the weekend off. I really crashed hard during the week, but it is what it is, and I had to sit it out due to a concussion, but tried to come back here stronger than I have all year, and just had a little extra break on all the guys, and it worked out. Going fourth and third overall, it was great.
Well, with second place in the second MX2 Moto, the number 1 of Kevin Benoit will unofficially clinch the title this year. Kevin, congratulations. A great way to finish it. I know you wanted to win, but you and Jeremy had an awesome battle out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I wanted to get the championship wrapped up this weekend, and yeah, I didn't get a good start this time, and Jeremy was out front, and he was riding awesome. I mean, I was pushing as hard as I could, and not thinking too much about championship. I was trying to get that win also, but I mean, Jeremy rode good, and yeah, I settled for second. It was good enough for championship, so I'm really happy.
Congratulations, and to you as well, Benoit, taking that championship after 9 of 10. The battle is for second, heading into round 10 between Dakotas and Medallia.
Nice job, Fabs. Well, look at that. Our top 3 will be wakeboarding home on those gorgeous trophies. Hey, don't forget to like the series on Facebook and check out mxnationals.ca for all the race goodies. You have been watching the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals, presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports parts and accessories. For Brian Coster, I'm Mark Travers. Well done, Kevin. That's 2 in a row for you, buddy. Time to move up to the 450 class, but we'll see you next week at the Trans-Can in Walton.